How's everybody doing tonight? Good evening to the humans of Earth. I hope everybody is having a great night. It is December 3rd, 2017. And if we go to the World Coin Index, we'll be able to see the price of Bitcoin. As this loads up, let me go ahead and tell you that this channel is called Sovereign Starseed. I like to stream about cryptocurrencies. I like to stream about sovereignty and spirituality. And we try to do this every night as close to 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time as possible. So if you're interested in the crypto news, you're interested in getting some questions off your mind about this, or you just want to talk and just have a good time, get into the chat room, make yourself comfortable, and just listen to some of the news. And then, yeah, if you got any questions, don't be afraid to pop them out there. We're going to be having a great time tonight with this. So, taking a look at a few things here. What's up, Scope Buffs? Scope Buffs. I hear that every time I go up the boulder. And then Shining Rays. Hey, Shining Rays. So glad that you're able to make it. Thank you guys for tuning in right now. Yeah, so I'm just looking at this, just making sure that everything is going. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. Currently, the price of Bitcoin is $11,479, and I think that's pretty amazing because since starting this channel, I think I started this channel at about like $7,000 where Bitcoin was, and I started streaming when Bitcoin was around 5,000. And yeah, that's just amazing just to see that even in this journey so far, everything that we've been talking about has already doubled, more than doubled in value. And it's beautiful. And first of all, that's how you know you're talking about a good topic, right? And second, that's how you can see that things are changing and the world is changing. And so, you know, the topic of this whole channel is about helping Earth reclaim her sovereignty, because ultimately, in the end, once we are able to, as a people, restore sovereignty to the planet, then, you know, we'll be able to end up doing what we want and not have to worry about being oppressed or controlled. And there'll be a lot more innovation in the areas of expression that we're currently seeing limits in. But anyways, yeah, $11,400. Wow, that's crazy. What do you guys think it's going to be by New Year's? So yeah, so first of all, in the news, I just wanted to talk about Bitcoinist.com is issuing a warning, right? Or it's talking about this article where it says U.S. Federal Reserve issues Bitcoin warning. The U.S. Federal Reserve issues a warning, urging that measures may need to be taken in the future to prevent financial instability if more money is invested in Bitcoin. So I love that. So U.S. Federal Reserve has issued a warning stating digital currencies, specifically Bitcoin, pose financial stability risks. The news preceded a 10% reduction in Bitcoin's price on Friday, which has since recovered over the course of the weekend to resume all-time high levels as the price hovers in the region of 11K. The warning was prefixed by a statement citing that digital currencies such as Bitcoin do not yet pose major concerns at their current levels of use. Randy Quarles, Federal Vice Chairman, said more serious financial stability issues may result if they achieve wide-scale usage. Digital currencies are a niche product that sometimes garners large headlines, and it has no intrinsic niche product. It has no intrinsic value, is not the liability of a regulated banking institution, and in leading cases is not the liability of any institution. Indeed, how to treat and define this new asset is complicated. So, of course, see, and right now, it's very interesting because we're seeing that, you know, the US dollar is what the world currently relies on. And so these guys, like I was trying to say this whole time, they're going to try to figure out how to treat and define this new asset is complicated. Now, here's the whole point of A, my existence, B, this channel, is to help us claim our sovereignty. So when I'm saying this, 14K, all right, cool, 14K by New Year's. I'm going to try to figure out a way how we could try to set up like some raffle in the chat so that way we can we can set something up so that whoever's closest to that number, we're gonna end up like getting paid out. We're gonna introduce a currency on this channel soon, and in fact, I'm gonna end up doing like a poll. I think I might do a poll on Twitter about like what we're gonna call the currency, but I think we're gonna start issuing stars on this channel and stardust for people that are watching, people that are investing, people that are, you know, spreading the information, things like that, so that way, you know, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a way for that channel to give back. And it's just one of many ways, because we're, you know, at like level 2, because we just got the spaceship built. You know, there's so many new things that are going to happen. By the way, if anybody's seeing that the stream or the chat or anything like that is looking any worse, call it out. I'm so into trying to make this better for everybody, so let me know. But anyways, let's get back to what we're talking about. Indeed, they're trying to define the asset, you guys, and so this is what I was trying to say this whole time, is that you're gonna see these banking institutions. Okay, excellent, perfect, glad that it looks great. Okay, cool. So you're gonna see these guys trying to define this. Okay, so let me just go ahead and say this. Does Bitcoin need any defining by the Federal Reserve further than it already has, that you can find hundreds of thousands of videos, articles, and podcasts about already? You can already find so many videos that say what is Bitcoin, what is blockchain, what is distributed ledger, and all of that type of stuff. Do we need the Federal Reserve to try to define anything here? Ladies and gentlemen, that's my question to you. Think about that. Post your answer up in chat. Post your opinion. Do you feel like these guys need to define Bitcoin any further than what we already have done? And this is why I'm asking this, is because Bitcoin on its own is sovereignly defining itself without the help of any governments or any type of regulating central banks. And speaking on behalf of Bitcoin, thank you very much. You know, we don't need, Bitcoin doesn't need banks and regulating agencies to try to define it any further than what it already is. What we need regulating agencies to do is to adopt the definitions that are already out there, not try to redefine anything into its system, because when we do this, do we gain or lose our sovereignty? That's my question, friends. Because when we start to see these types of things being redefined and then codified and then legalized under these definitions, and we consent in allowing all of these things to happen, what happens to us? What happens to the sovereignty of this technology? This is where it's going to get tricky. It's not an easy process. I don't have the answers. I just want to make us aware. I want to make us I want to peel our eyes open, wide open to this, so that we can see that we are the ones that define what this is. We do not need to let regulating agencies try to go, oh, I don't know how to treat and define these things. It's okay. We already got the definitions. Don't worry about it. In fact, start to figure out ways to transition into it that allows you to step back while, you know, minimizing, you know, the grip that you have on everybody's, you know, financial actions. That's what these regulating agencies need to do if they want to remain relevant for as long as possible. Because if they try to redefine it and put them back into what they have going on, then it's going to further lock down what they have going on, while this big beautiful economy is bubbling up everywhere that doesn't care about definitions and codifying it through legal entities. Do you think people right now all over the planet care about what the feds are going to define it as? Are they still accepting, sending, and receiving money? Yes. So that's what I want you guys to be aware of. I want us all to be aware of that, is that like when we end up trying to redefine these types of things, we have to be very, very careful about even trying to define something like this. So it's just questions. Part of the benefit of the blockchain is that it's decentralized. Therefore, we don't need Federal Reserve trying to define and or regulate Bitcoin. Exactly. So like, exactly. It's like, how do we know this? We know this because we can watch YouTube videos, we can look at Twitter, we can look at Instagram, we can look at everywhere. It's blowing up everywhere. We don't have to have centralized agencies telling us what it is, because then we're losing our sovereignty to think for ourselves and define things for ourselves. So brothers and sisters, that's what I'm saying right there, is let's make sure that we keep our definitions clear with the intentions and how we use these instruments. Okay, so that way we don't have to wait for Randy Quarles to sit back and go, you know, it's going to be hard to define this for everybody. How am I going to define it for everybody? I think I'm going to call it property, like the IRS did. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Hey, everybody, I'm going to tell you guys that now it's property. Listen to me. Listen to me. I am telling you it's property. Believe it and use it that way. Now, go out and use it that way. Are you sovereign? Or are you taking orders for something else? What I'm trying to say, with all politeness, Randy Quarles and anybody at the U.S. Federal Reserve, is that let's start to talk about this. Let's start to figure out ways of lubricating transactions in commerce in between fiat and Bitcoin so much more, so that way we don't really have to worry about redefining anything, my friend. That's all I'm trying to say, and I'm very passionate about this because this is going to be something that's going to change things going forward. I'm telling you. They're trying to define it. I've been saying it this whole time, and we got to be very careful about how that happens and if we consent to something like that happening. Moving on. So I've talked about this in the past. I was wondering, you know, I have posed this question to us in the past and was wondering what's going on right now with it. Cointelegraph is posting up an article that says, letting artificial intelligence control your investment portfolio. Remember when we were talking about this? What would we do if we allowed our species to stop making our own financial decisions because we thought that there was a robot out there that could make one smarter than us? Why do I ask this question? Because I already even use robots. I use bots to trade cryptocurrencies, but you know, because of the way that I'm looking at it, it's a tool. It's a tool that can go wrong. It's a tool that ultimately doesn't it has no emotion. It doesn't see what is going on. And if we allow these types of tools to govern our financial decisions and our value, then it's going to be very, very hard for us to have any recourse should something go wrong. And should some of this, should this AI start funneling some of its funds towards maybe its own private wallet? Who knows? You know, there's an article out that talked about how Google has shut down a couple AIs. If anybody heard about this, check this out. Post up in chat if you heard about this. But Google had to shut down these two AI robots because they created their own language that humans couldn't understand, and then they started to get super smart. Anybody hear about that? It's fantastic to think about, but it's very scary to know that we live right now at a time where Google has to shut things down because they're scared of what they've created. Okay, and then they're still going to experiment further. And you can look at videos online about how Google's experimenting on putting chips in people's brain. And so don't believe me, go and look it up. But I'm just, you know, and I'm going off on different fringe topics just because it's all very important for us to be aware of what our species is experimenting with right now, and how fragile it is, and how fragile we are, and how fragile our planet is. And so as we end up taking a look at this, we have to step forward, and we have to always make sure that we're sovereign and we're thinking for ourselves and we're governing ourselves. And I think we need to be governing our own investment and portfolios, because as soon as we let AI govern our investment portfolios, or pretty much anything in our lives, we lose the sovereignty in our lives of that area. Have we not already lost a lot of sovereignty compared to our species even 100 years ago? Due to the convenience that we have right now of everything around us, it creeps in, and by default, it's going to continue to creep in. And you know, I'm not totally trying to put convenience into a bad light, because it's something that we all use. We all have to use it, and there are things that I use for convenience just because our demands are getting higher all the time. But I just want to end up telling the people of Earth that as our demands continue to get higher of ourselves, that we still need to make sovereign decisions, think for ourselves and think for our own investment decisions. And it's gonna suck, you know, if we end up having investment portfolios where we're trying our hardest to think about how we can end up making smart moves with our investments, and then there is going to be somebody out there that is going to release an AI that is going to govern all of their crypto decisions, and then they're going to outperform these portfolios by like miles and miles and miles. We'll see it. Who knows? Is there already possibly some AI that might be governing some investment portfolios that we could consider whales on some of these markets right now? Is that just with crypto? These are just rhetorical questions to ask. You know, just things just to end up thinking about. Because, you know, big institutions govern like a lot of stock markets right now. What do you think they would think about if they just invested in an AI? So yeah, so let's see, convenience is some people's motive for crypto. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, and like I see that as well. And like I think that it's something that it's just inevitable, but it's something that we just got to be aware of. So in the end, what I just preach about this is just neutrality, you know, everything in moderation. Let's just make sure that we remain the creators and we are always above our creations. Because the moment our creations rise above our creators, that's when we lose our sovereignty completely. And then we'll have AI telling us what to do every step of the way. And then we will stop thinking, you know, we'll stop thinking. We're probably at one of the last generations of our species where we're still crafting things by hand, if you think about it. You know, robots and 3D printers are starting to make things so beautiful and so perfect every time that we may start to pay for blemishes and complicated defects and handmade things in a new way. I could definitely see a rise of that coming. It's just the ending stages of our capitalism. But look at this, guys. We are alive at a time when we can talk about this. I just want to raise awareness about that. So yeah, some don't care too much about the decentralization or privacy aspect. You're exactly right. There are some people that don't even have the time to even research that or think about it. They're in such a failing economy right now that they're doing anything they can just to send their money out, just to get some food, just to get some shelter, just to get whatever. My heart goes out to anybody that's on that. That's why Monero is to me. I get you. See, same here. Same here. It's like, you know, in the end, like, I'm realizing that, like, if I need my privacy, like, I still value my privacy. Do not get me wrong with what I'm saying. But I'm also starting to realize that, you know, like, there isn't anything wrong with the things that I'm thinking, with the things that I'm doing, really. And I am happy to end up having the opportunity to tell you guys this here because, look, we're less than 2 weeks away from having the internet torn apart. We are at such a beautiful time to be alive, and we are so powerful, is the point that I'm trying to make. Regardless of where you're watching this, from wherever you are in the world, no matter how old you are, no matter what race, no matter what gender, no matter what religion, no matter whatever, you're powerful. And that's the thing that I'm trying to say, is that we have the power to end up saying what's going to happen with these types of things, guys. Can I buy Bitcash or IOTA off you? Dean, hey, what's up, Dean? Thank you for joining. Dean's starting to become a regular, y'all, so make sure that we make him feel welcome. So, right on, man. Can you buy BTC or IOTA off me? I don't have any Bitcoin Cash or IOTA that I'm selling right now, but you know what, Dean? I have no hesitation showing you how to buy some yourself. And like, we could definitely go through something where we can show you how to buy some yourself, and it'd be great, bro. It's not. Sub? What's up? What do you mean sub? Like subscribe? I'm trying to figure out like how to get all that stuff set up, man. If that's what you're talking about. Seems like a pain to buy? Dean, it's not, bro. It seems like it, but I will help you. Like, that's what this channel's about as well. Like, you know, we gotta be doing the best that we can to help our brothers and sisters, our species out, to try to get this stuff adopted as fast as possible, and then to get that put into us so that we are sovereign, and then at some point we can drop cryptocurrencies. and then just start to move forward in the planet. And yeah, I'm saying that. I'm totally saying that. Substratum. Oh yeah. That's an awesome one. Substratum is a decentralized web. So there you guys go. Like, take a look at what Scobuffs is putting up in chat right now. That's an awesome cryptocurrency that has purpose. It has value. It's decentralizing the internet so that way there isn't going to be some FCC that's going to be some overlords that's going to control everybody else and what they can see. So as you can see, the sovereignty is going to bubble through no matter who tries to hold us down. A lot of places make me enter Social Security. Yeah, you're right, there are. I will show you ways that you don't have to end up entering your Social Security number on certain places, but you're right, there are places that you might end up having to enter your Social Security number to buy it. It's going to be hard to find that if you live in the US. However, there are ways around it. We can talk about that privately, just because you know, some of the ways that we're talking about, we don't need to end up blasting out everywhere. But join my Discord room and we'll talk further a little about this, like especially after the chat's over, if you want, or after the stream's over. Could see a huge boom if net neutrality is repealed. You're exactly right, Scobuffs. Substratum, ClavX or ClamX, the decentralized Google, and then also MadeSafe coin is another coin that's coming through trying to decentralize the web. So yep, stay up on it. For sure, Dean, I got your back. We all got each other's back here. So you'll also find, guys, that in the cryptocurrency realm, like, there's a lot of helpful people that are just willing to help, man. So like, here's another thing. You can't get any refunds on the Bitcoin network, but if you ask nicely and you let people know that you've overpaid for something, I've done that like over 5 times. And I just sent somebody an email or a message like, hey bro, I accidentally overpaid you. I didn't know that they were going to actually take the fees out on my wallet, and I just sent you everything including the fee. Could you send me back like 50,000 Satoshis? And then they're like, oh yeah, for sure. And then they'll send it back. So I'm telling you guys, like, so many times people have been so nice about that. If you were to send me some, like, I've done that to people that have accidentally sent me too much money, or sent me some that, like, I don't need, so I'm trying to send it back. Because that's where we're going to end up having this type of transparency, this type of sovereignty, this type of accountability having the planet, where, you know, you send somebody something, you can't go and complain to a centralized authority, much less would we want that. Because if we have a centralized authority, then we give our sovereignty up. See, people? So there it is. Been scared to remain safe. What's a good buy-in? Hey, that's a great question. I would just say anytime right now, because honestly, like you were just saying, you know, in a previous message, when net neutrality on the 15th, whenever that starts to pop through and they rip it apart, you're going to see all of these coins. People are going to rush. The demand for these digital currencies is going to shoot through the, it's going to shoot through the roof when this happens. As well as other currencies that are going to be adopting privacy. Hi Zcash, hi PivX, hello, all these other Monero and privacy coins that have already been at work on this, because people have seen how this is evolving and they're already coming up with solutions for you guys. Make sure that you subscribe, you follow, you share this information out if you find value and you think other people would find value, and you'll continue to get this news and you'll stay up to date on that as well when those types of things happen. Anyways, next in news, just want to talk about how Bitcoin is fulfilling the original purpose of PayPal. This is an article that Bitcoinist is putting out today. It says PayPal tried and failed in its stated mission to create a new world currency, but Bitcoin is stepping up and fulfilling PayPal's original vision. So I'm going to read a couple excerpts from this article, and then I have a very important question. So it basically says this, David Sachs, the original COO, Chief Operating Officer of PayPal, talked with CNBC, and he stated, Bitcoin is fulfilling PayPal's original vision to create the new world currency. We actually had t-shirts printed in 1999 with that mission statement. A payment is just a credit to one account and a debit to another. That's a database entry. We believe that if we could get enough people to participate, money would never need to leave the system. PayPal could become the database of money. Sachs then added, but cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are now fulfilling that original vision. They are doing it in a decentralized way with a decentralized database called the blockchain, whereas PayPal tried to do it in a centralized way. You see? That's the whole key, guys. So this is a very beautiful and ambitious move that, you know, honestly, David Sachs, thumbs up from Sovereign Starseed, because like I really love the fact that you guys had the ambition to try to do this and to try to create this before something like a peer-to-peer currency was created. And now that we have something like cryptocurrencies, for you guys to step up and fully honor and recognize the heart of the technology, leapfrogging even your technology, full honor goes back to you, sir. And so what I could say there is that, look at that, guys. Let me ask you, here's the question, the important question about this article. Why is Bitcoin leapfrogging PayPal in regards to sovereignty? Why is it the best way? Why is it doing things that Bitcoin or that PayPal could never have completed? Why is that doing that? My answer to you is, it's basically because the reason why this is happening is that PayPal lost its sovereignty, guys. At some point, PayPal was not able to end up keeping up with its own database and what it was trying to do, and it had to give up its sovereignty to accept US dollars. So we've also already spoken on this channel about how Coinbase has given up its sovereignty because it decided to become a regulated, what do you say? Like, it's like a compatible. It's like you become compatible to be regulated. And so from that, they're trying to become a regulated company that is SEC approved, is what they're always trying to get. They're trying to get approval from somebody else, which is where your sovereignty lies. Bitcoin, let's just ask ourselves this question. Who does Bitcoin get its authority from? That's really a good way to uncover this. It's like, where does Bitcoin go when it needs to end up solving a problem? You know, what regulating body was giving Bitcoin the okay to be created and the okay to be spread and the okay to be used between people? I'll tell you, nobody, except for the people wanting it sovereignly and of their own volition. And that's where it's happened. And as you can see with the price, purely in the price, this is the #1 technology that people want on the planet. So that's why they're dumping in. That's why the price is going up. And that's why it's more than doubled since starting this channel. And it's not even going to stop. It's going to continue to go up. I've already been saying it. And anybody that just now is tuning in, I've said this before and I'll say it again. At some point, now it's going to become more clear. But like, at some point, you're going to see that you're only going to need 2 to 3 Bitcoins to last you your whole life. Why do I say that? Because these things are so limited that, like, at some point you could give your children just 3 Bitcoins and your child can live from ages 0 to 30 on 1 Bitcoin, 30 to 60 on another Bitcoin, and then 60 to 90 on the 3rd Bitcoin, and enjoying a beautiful retirement with what the price would be like at that point. See, you think about that and then you're like, holy crap, I need to buy in now, because as the dollar starts to trash itself with the way that the people are representing it and the way that people are spreading fear right here, they're starting to spread fear, it's going to cause financial stability issues. No, I'm sorry, it's going to cause only financial solidifying pillars, but the pillars of control are not going to be centralized, and that's why they have a problem. These guys want to end up becoming they want to still remain the central power of everybody, and that's the point. That's the point. And that's why they're going to have a it's going to be a rough ride for them trying to define this new asset, and we have to be very careful about letting them doing that. So that's what I'm just trying to say. So, okay, anyways, you know, Bitcoin is fulfilling the original purpose of PayPal. Why? Because nobody's stolen its sovereignty yet. And because you don't know who's originally created it, except for some person or group called Satoshi Nakamoto. Like, oh wow, that's amazing. It's going to keep its sovereignty and it's going to continue to rise in price because of that. That's a central seed of the technology. Okay? And when you start to see these other coins coming out and ICOs coming out where they're like, oh my gosh, we're becoming SEC regulated, we're becoming approved by the SEC. That means that they want to give their sovereignty away to the SEC. And the SEC's like, yes, we love people telling us that they want us to give them the regulating authority of how to use these technologies. So let's sit back, let's have a few meetings, and let's govern the world on how they're going to end up doing it. We consent to that, guys, when we try to become compliant with SEC and all of these other guidelines. However, if you'll take a look, we have years of empirical data now that's going across the Bitcoin blockchain showing full transparency and accountability. Is there fraud? Is there manipulation? And is there terrorism? Yes. Is there any way to remove this from any economy? Not for a long time. Not until we're more spiritually aware as a species. And that's why it all ties in, guys. Bitcoin is absolutely going to fulfill the purpose of PayPal and go even further. Next in news, I just want to talk about blockchain beach. Aruba looks to Ethereum to sustain tourism. So basically what's happening right now is that Verily Crows, the ATech Foundation co-founder, and ATech is basically, it's that was a good way of saying it. It's going to use it's using blockchain. It's a foundation that's using blockchain technology to end up helping tourists connect with travel suppliers in order to eliminate middlemen. So kind of like they're going to kind of try, I guess, like they're going to try to be a new middleman, and it's going to kind of like be like Expedia. But the point of why I brought this article up is that the platform like this, basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to get blockchain set up for tourism. And this is a cool statement. It says a platform like this can help countries like Aruba bring back some of the profits and tax it, bring back some of the profits and tax it, and actually keep the income at home, she said, adding, the impact is significant to the economy. If the blockchain system works, it would have a significant effect on Aruba's bottom line. The island has been investing heavily in new technologies for some time in an effort to make it better prepared for the future. Its smart island strategy for the tourism industry, for example, has piloted biometric checks at airports and embraced renewable energy. So this is pretty interesting because it's talking about how like blockchain has been part of particular interest. Most notably, the island is exploring its own digital fiat with currency startup Bit, and Aruba's central bank believes this could boost the island's GDP. Yeah, of course it could, because they're the ones that would be controlling it, right? So yeah, as you guys can see, you know, the startup has already secured Australian hotel management software from firm Room Manager as a partner, and it also plans to announce a major European hotel group in the coming weeks. And they say that this is beyond Aruba. It can have significant impact on all small economies. So this is just where Aruba is starting to end up adopting it, but in a way that I was kind of nervous about seeing some of the blockchain being used. But I knew that inevitably there's going to be governments that are going to watch the inputs and the outputs of the blockchains, and that's where they're going to end up being able to tax people if people consent to being taxed that way. That's all I'll say on that. Next, and certainly not the most important, but Cryptokitties. What is this? Dean came back in. Hey, right on. Glad that you ended up rejoining. Cryptokitties is a huge success as the game is responsible for nearly 14% of all transactions processed on the Ethereum blockchain over the past 1,500 blocks. So Cryptokitties is this game that launched on the 28th of November, and it's a game that's launched on the Ethereum blockchain. Players can buy, sell, and breed a huge array of DNA unique cats. The gaming recipe is proving to capture the lion's share of transactions conducted on the Ethereum blockchain. as can be seen on the Ethereum gas station website that tracks and documents which apps are responsible for the largest percentage of transactions. So this is interesting. So Cryptokitties is an app, and it says the app was conceived as a way to make blockchain-driven systems entertaining and possibly informative for those unfamiliar with making and receiving payments. It certainly makes light of the ICO-driven scene on the Ethereum blockchain, which has been causing a serious stir in the tech startup world, especially in regard to the vast sums of money being poured into them. The marketing director of Cryptokitties, Elsa Wilk, says, "Our approach to brand and marketing is, in part, a tongue-in-cheek critique of the ICO market today." So, basically, this is pretty interesting because you guys can see that Cryptokitties is using a blockchain that's still in its infantile stages, and it's taking up more than 1/10 of the blockchain. Let me put this better in perspective. Let's go over the World Coin Index just to put this better in perspective. Alright guys, if you're a programmer, if you're anybody that has any talent that you're ready to end up just putting into our species in a beautiful way, what I will say is that look at what's happening right now. We're at such a beautiful time to be alive. Cryptokitties is a game that is a parody, and it is taking up more than 1/10 of the transactions on the world's third largest cryptocurrency. That's the good way of saying that. You see that? And it means that, you guys, this is such a very, very fertile landscape. It's so ready for somebody to plant some seeds in here and to end up making some massive changes on the world. So you can see that. Watch what's happening. Let's just try to think about what this world's gonna be like this time next year on this stream. What it's gonna be like, what we're doing, and how things are happening. And you guys, that's why, we're gonna see things accelerate faster and faster and faster and faster. That it's gonna be hard for us to be attached to any of this information that's coming out. So that's why, shoot. I don't know where Mango's at, you guys. If any of you guys are regulars and you've been tuning in, you guys know about Mango. He's not here right now. He hasn't said what up, at least. I'm looking through the chat. Mango, you out there? Because if he isn't, remember last night, guys, he said that he was going to start mining Zcash. And that we were looking at the calculations. And if it's the truth, what he was going to make by tonight was going to be $19,000. And he said, if you guys don't see me in chat, you'll know why. Well, he's not in chat. So it's just something to think about. But, look at this. Ethereum is something that is really, really, it's the third hottest cryptocurrency, and Cryptokitties is the best thing dominating it right now. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is if you have any type of, let's check out this Ethereum gas station, by the way. If you have any type of talent for programming or making apps or anything like that, there is a way for you to make an app on a decentralized blockchain that is just waiting for you to do something so amazing to it. And we're all waiting for it. So just taking a look at this stuff. Hey, I made it. What did I miss? Did Mango get rich? I know, right? I don't see him in chat. Ray, what's up, Ray? Everybody welcome Ray, because yeah, thank you to the regulars. I'm gonna call you a regular. Hey, this is the first lame joke of the night. I got plenty of them, trust me. But yeah, basically, as this is, guys, we're just taking a look here at how everything is dominating. Yo, so let's go buffs. That's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, my husband. Unbelieve 1 2 3 4. What's up, Unbelieve? What's up? What's up? So yeah, Basically, as that is, you guys, like, you just taking a look here, and we're just talking about Cryptokitties, how it's a freaking app that's dominating 14% of the Ethereum blockchain right now. And then the deeper point that I'm trying to drive home is that, like, look at how beautiful the landscape is right now for cryptocurrencies. Like, that is amazing. So, yeah. Alright, next with this, guys, like, I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and then here, like, we're going to end up talking for about 10-15 minutes. I'm going to post up the link. If you guys want to end up seeing, joining into the Discord room, just go ahead and click on the Discord link at the bottom of the Twitch profile, because I got that all updated. Yeah, I know you're a regular. That's fresh. So, alright, let me go ahead and get up in the Discord. Discord. Boom. Boom. Okay. So I'm up in the stream lounge. I'm going to post a link to the stream lounge for anybody that wants to come in. If anybody wants to come in, go ahead and pop on in. Pop into the chat. We'll be able to talk. We'll be able to hang out. Boom. And even if, like, you're having problems, man, like, you know, we'll try to figure out some other way, because, like, some people, they're having problems with their microphone. We'll see what's going on. Ray, I get calls from you every once in a while, but, like, I just don't see the notifications popping up, like, in my Discord until, like, way later. But I do get calls. Let's go. Buffs is in the lounge. Mic is muted. Boom, boom. Yo, how you doing? Right on. So yeah, man. So how are things going with crypto and everything with you? Like, what are your thoughts on what we were talking about tonight? It's all good. Yeah, true, dude. True. Yeah, and so I'm super glad that we're able to end up, first of all, being in here, getting this all taken care of, and yeah, you know, from this, like, I think it's interesting, like, if you know anybody that knows programming or anything like that, Ethereum right now, if you make an app on the Ethereum blockchain, you're pretty much going to be rich in weeks. Yes. Because as you can see right now, Cryptokitties is dominating 14% of the world's third largest cryptocurrency. That's crazy. And in my opinion, if you just put something out that's actually, like, doing something that's like putting, like, a lot of value into people's pockets, then, like, you can definitely have that happen. Oh, by the way, guys, let me just ask you, can you guys hear him chatting with me, or does it sound like I'm chatting just off to the air? Because I want to try to get that working. I was looking at my streams, and it just sounds like I'm, like, chatting to myself. Can you guys hear him talk back to me? Yo. Yeah, because I want to make sure that that's working. That's crazy. So yeah, let's check a look at it. Nice. Nope, I'm still not being able to hear you. I don't know why. So yeah, guys, like, I'm chatting right now, and I'm not just talking off to the wind, but yeah, I'm chatting. I don't know how to get that working, man. I'm trying to get his microphone to go through mine, and so far everybody said that, like, it should just be simple. Okay. Let's see this. Okay, so IOTA's up. Holy crap, it's up 25%, guys.
It was up, like, in the last 24 hours, it's up 65.
Holy crap.
Internet of Things, dude.
Yes, guys, I got it to work. Alright, now they can hear you, bro. Okay, cool. So, yeah, guys, like, you see that? Like, okay, so this is insane. So, alright, think about this. If you would have ended up putting in $1,000 into IOTA last night, tonight you would have $1,250, pretty much.
No, more than that, I think.
A 25% increase?
In the last 24 hours, I'm on Binance at 60%.
Oh my god.
It's up at 270, like 85%. Like
oh
15.
my god, that's crazy, you guys. How do I buy IOTA? Dean is asking. So, Sam, how did you buy IOTA?
Binance.
Binance, y'all. So check this out.
And probably on Bittrex too, but it's on it's on both Ethereum and BitExchange.
Nice. So, okay.
How to get it in the 230 range?
230, guys. If you guys can get it at buying it at 230, then you're gonna be on point. Holy crap! Holy crap! You're right, bro. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this. It went up 60%. So yeah, if you would have put in $1,000, you would have $1,600 on Binance right now. Oh my god.
So let's just say it's been a good afternoon.
Yes, a very good day. You could have made your rent right now. Binance allowed me to buy IOTA with USD. Great question, Dean. So, do you know if you could deposit or wire into Binance?
I'm not sure. I haven't done it yet. I've only used BTC or BTH.
Got it. Okay. So, man, that's crazy. So, yeah, like, as I'm just taking a look at this, like, oh, man. You guys.
Yeah, we're looking at $3 at least in New Year's, I think.
Insane. I'm loving this. So, yeah, if you can end up putting in there, Dean, I also know that one way that I was hearing that's very awesome is that Kraken is an exchange in the US that, okay, first of all, you have to verify some information, like you have to upload an ID to it, but the good news is that you can buy up to $20,000 a day in USD into Bitcoin. Why do I say this? Is because there will be times where, like, okay, we've even seen it in the last week, where if you would have put, okay, I know that this is extreme, right? But like, whatever, I just like to illustrate examples. So like, if you would have put your life savings into Bitcoin in the last week, it would have gone way down one day and then way up the next day. But you couldn't put it all in all at once to maximize your opportunities there in any other exchange besides this one that I'm showing right now. And I'm trying to figure out ways and other ways to do it so that you could buy a whole crap load. But Kraken is one of the ways that I know that if you have it in your account and you're willing to make risks like that, then you could see that, you know, this stuff is, you could put your life savings into it, and then you could just put it all in 24 hours, set your sell orders 10%, then it all ends up depositing back into USD in 24 hours, and then you just made like a cool $700 on your life savings. Like, whoa. So because of that, like, that's what I'm trying to say, is that Kraken is a really cool way to end up moving like massive chunks of money at once into the crypto sphere, because in my way of seeing things, I want to try to make as little transactions as possible going from fiat into crypto, so that way there isn't like a whole crap load of transactions for, you know, governments and people like that to see later on, should they really want to get and start taxing everybody and looking down everybody's transaction histories. So Kraken, check that out, man. You could put up to 20k USD in there. So then here's what you would do, Dean. You can end up putting up to 20k in through Kraken from your bank account through a wire, and then you would end up buying BTC on Kraken, and then you would send BTC from Kraken over to Binance. One fast little transaction, right? And then you would wait for it to become available in your Binance area. Oh crap! Oh my gosh! Ray is in the stream lounge and his mic isn't muted. Yo, Ray, feel free to interrupt anytime, bro. If you can get this thing working. So, but yes, guys, like, it's all right there, and like, as you can see, like, that is, you would end up moving this all over to Binance all at once, and then you could buy into IOTA with your life savings, and then your life savings would go up by 60% in 24 hours. The other downside of that is that your life savings could go down more than 60% in 24 hours if you don't make and really research your moves. But I just like to say those types of things, because those like extreme examples, because you'll see it. If you look on YouTube, you'll see people have sold their entire house they've sold everything and put their money into crypto. There are people that have put everything into Bitconnect, and then they're able to pay back there's a guy that got a $50,000 loan. It's on YouTube, and he ends up getting back all $50,000 in Bitconnect in just a couple months, and now he has like a crap load of money. And I was like, wow, that is really cool. So
is anyone's Binance down right now?
yeah, like I'm not able to, yeah, I'm not, look at my screen is like, well, you can't see it in the address bar, but yeah, like I'm trying to go to Binance right now, it's not loading. So, well, the good news though is that it's not just you. So that's what I'll say, is that, like, you know, if it's down, it's down. They're probably taking a crap load of traffic right now. Oh, okay, now it's coming back up, bro. Just keep, yeah, just keep loading up new tabs with it.
I got DGB if anyone's looking for
DGB.
Yeah, it's like for $0.01 right now, and I've had like 10% on it today.
Nice. See, yeah, there you go. And like with those types of things, if you buy in a crap load and it goes up, you know, gains are gains. But if you buy a whole bunch, you know, you can maximize where your gains are. So this is cool, man. Yeah, Binance, like, you're not, oh man, like this is like the 10th time people have told me that they've invested on Binance, and I'm like, man, I need to get into this and Livecoin.
Damn, my Binance is still down. Whatever.
It's all good. Are you going through Firefox? Clear your cache?
Chrome.
Okay. Damn, Chrome should do it. So.
Are you on?
Yeah, like that. I'm streaming it. Yep. So, yeah, guys. So like that's basically some stuff that's happening there, and like from this, like, you know, if anybody has any questions that they want to end up talking about, we'll talk about it here for another few minutes. But yeah. Let me know if there's anything else that you guys want to chat about, or else here I'm just going to end up shutting things down in a few minutes. But yeah, man, so that's great. So IOTA has a high market gain. What else do we got? DGB, you're talking about. DGB's going up. Boom, boom, boom. See if I can end up searching it. So Dean, if you're still watching, you can see on here on my screen how I have gone over to where it says USDT markets, and what this is right here is this is the closest that you can do in order to buy in to any of these cryptocurrencies with US dollars. And USDT, whenever you see this on an exchange, it means that it's the US dollar tether cryptocurrency. And the US dollar tether is something that has a lot of controversy around it right now, and I am kind of skeptical about it still. And so, yeah, if you wanted to end up buying into it, you can. I would just say that it's just kind of risky right now. And if you want to learn more about why I think it's risky, look at my previous video called Pull Out of Bitfinex. And you'll be able to see kind of like the reasons just why I'm like, oh, I'm scared of using USDT too much right now. However, I will say that I've, in the past, locked in profits successfully using USDT, and I could show you guys how to do that too. Like if you think that a coin's gonna go way down, then you could just put it back into USDT, and then it will always end up holding that value. But not always, actually. That's the operative word here, is that, like, honestly, it's getting kind of risky with US dollar tether right now. So they're responding to a lot of media claims saying that, like, oh, everybody's calling us a scam, and we promise you guys that we're not a scam. We promise you, and we're gonna release some reports soon. Don't worry, soon. We're like, okay. So, like, honestly, like, everybody else, you know, I gotta take it with a grain of salt, because, you know, everybody else is talking about how they have to give out deadlines and things like that. But you know, just be very careful about these types of things. So yeah, USDT is an area that I have successfully traded in, but I'm not trading in anymore. So take it with a grain of salt. It's really cool to see that Binance is responsive on iOS and Android phones. I like that. I like that. So yeah, as I'm just taking a look here, let me see anything else that's going on. Thank you to anybody that's watching tonight. I just really appreciate it. So yeah, Anything else that anybody else wants to say? Scope Buffs, you got anything else you want to end up telling the humans of Earth tonight?
No, that's it. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Nice. Right on, right on. Alright guys, well, hey, I'm going to end up taking off as well. If you like what you see here, make sure that you end up sharing it out. And we always end up coming back every night at 10 p.m. Mountain, 5 o'clock Universal. So I just hope that the humans of Earth end up taking some of the wisdom in this stream tonight. And you go out and you end up making the world a better place. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the regulars. Thank you, Scope Buffs. Thank you, Ray. Thank you to all of you guys for watching. Thank you even to Mango if you're chilling on the yacht right now, bro. If you just made some Zcash last night and now you're like a freaking millionaire, bro. That's so cool. So yeah, just appreciate you guys, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have this channel like this. And if you find any other ways to improve it, anything like that, join my Discord room. There's an area for call outs, where it's like you can call out, give out feedback, you can make requests on things that you want to see. So if you want to see anything different, join the Discord room, message me. We'll start doing things for you guys. So appreciate you too. Hey, you're welcome, Shining Rays. And you know, just appreciate everybody, you know, for tuning in tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, humans of Earth.